Alright, hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. I am back on the EU servers for Guild Wars Tuesday, visiting our friends from across the pond. Getting started on the dailies/weeklies here, running over to the guy in Arborstone right now to get these 5 ASS so that I can craft with them or sell them later on. I don't know, but I still grab them every week that I remember to. Stromgard, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome. Appreciate that. And Vault is not launching again. Let's reopen that. Come on. Oh, I am over cap on points. We got to spend our points on something. Let's see. Old growth selection box, War Knight gloves. What are the graphics on these? It's weird. It's like there's like 2 elbow pads on them. They look kind of neat. Shoulder, no. Boots. Floaty chair thing. Take the boots, I guess. There we go. Okay, so now I should be able to claim that. There we go. Okay. And this is unlocked, so I can go ahead and destroy that. Alright. So, all that done, let's go to the homestead. Let's get all the free stuff that grew at the house. Good evening from across the pond, Americans. Good morning, Vordenar. Looking at the stream setup on your website, thanks for putting it there. You're very welcome, T-Perm. I can never remember all those things, and people ask me all the time, like, oh, what's your GPU? What's your this? What's your that? And so we made that just so we could easily point people to that if they wanted to know. And I don't have to remember the parts. I know some people are very passionate about their hardware. I can never remember. Mike, what are your thoughts on the expansion after Janthir Wilds being mostly underwater? I feel like the aquatic gear needs some love again since it's rarely used. I would love that. I don't know how their player base as a whole would feel about that. I feel like Guild Wars 2's underwater combat is like some of the best in the industry, and they're not really putting that to use. But I feel like MMO gamers as a whole don't really love underwater combat, so it might not advertise well if they did that. So, I kind of doubt they would. I would love to see it. I doubt they'll do it. That's my thoughts on that. Alright, and deposit all... Oh, so many goodies. So many goodies. Okay. Homestead stuff acquired. And let's go here. Legendary Rebreather. Yeah, we do still need that. The thing is like, I remember when World of Warcraft Cataclysm came out. And Cataclysm, when it came out, you could choose if you wanted to level in Mount Hyjal, or if you wanted to level in Vashir, which was entirely underwater. It was a whole new thing. There was hardly anyone that went to Vashir. I was one of them. But most people went to Hyjal. Most people didn't want to go level in the fully underwater zone. You know? I also remember in EverQuest, there was some underwater raids. There was like Kedge Keep and some others. And you had to have one person in charge of buffing the raid with underwater breathing spells so you didn't drown. And some bosses would try to dispel that magic off of you. Muck, is Yakuza Like a Dragon good? On sale right now, I think about picking it up. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it greatly. It's a, turn-based 4 people standing in a line type game, like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, things like that. In fact, the main character is addicted to Dragon Quest. That's why the world looks like that, as you're seeing it through his eyes, and he's a Dragon Quest junkie. I really enjoyed it, and you're gonna get like 60 to 100 hours out of it if you enjoy it also. So it's a lot of gameplay for your dollar if you like that type of gameplay. I use a Celia Cinder Breather on all characters.
Good day, sir.
Vision. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the underwater combat in this game...
Birds. How are you today?
The underwater combat in Guild Wars 2 is really, really unique, but it hasn't been balanced in many years, so they would need to, like, revisit the numbers and stuff. And you've got certain glaring problems, like if your group has a heal mechanist as the healer, it doesn't work underwater because the mech isn't underwater. There's certain issues like that. But if they fix those, I think it would go back to, like, you know, best in the industry type thing. It's really good. I was also one of the guys who went to Vashir because it was would have less contingent requesting and leveling. Got my first server first then too. Can't blame them. You're Murloc's lover, you're Harpy lover. Don't know what that statement means. Good day, sir. Percival, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. Welcome. You're saying Dragon Quest junkies see people transform into greased up beach guy when getting into a fight? Yes. You got it. I mean, he might have been a schizophrenic Dragon Quest junkie. Maybe that was Praise Joko. Maybe that was an important word to add to that sentence.
Praise Joko.
Praise Joko. All right. The place full of harpies and Hyjal. I don't remember the harpies. I know what harpies are. I don't remember the part that you're talking about. I think the best chance is to make underwater content that's really appealing but not mandatory. The thing is how to make it appealing outside of some awesome item that can only be obtained there. Not sure. For me, what makes it really cool is they already put a lot of work into it, right? Like, you've got the Necromancer ability where they tie a tombstone to someone and, like, weigh them down to the bottom of the seabed. You know, you've got ranger pets that are for underwater that are completely unique from the land versions. You've got engineer turrets that have buoys on them, so they have neutral buoyancy, so they float in the water, things like that. Underwater mines for Ranger look completely different. Oh, sorry, I said mines. Underwater traps for Ranger look like mines, like for anti-submarine stuff. Like, they've clearly put a lot of work into it, but then that was, you know, when the game came out, and they haven't, feels like they haven't really touched it since. Bladesworn can still do 200k slash underwater. Alright, delete Bladesworn. There you go. That's one problem down. Two or three more to go. Hi, Jack. I'm curious why you didn't design Mini-Muck to look like your Ranger Muck, not the one you're currently playing. Because he was just more colorful. My Ranger is like all like forest browns and stuff like that, and this guy in the corner opted to go with the Engineer because the is just more colorful. It stands out a bit more. It's a bit friendlier colors, I think. That's also the reason that we used him for the plushie. Yeah. Yeah, if any of y'all didn't know, we've got a plushie that is currently for sale with permission from Big Brother. And they are for a limited time. Exclamation plushie if you want one. There's a limited quantity and a limited time. At the moment, it's not looking like we're going to sell out. Totally fine, so I don't think you've got to stress about that. We're at 692 sales out of 1,000, which I was hoping to get 200, so that is stellar for me. Shameless self-promo? Yeah. They can stand. The plushie? Not on their own, no. They got flimsy little legs. So you can stretch out their legs, yeah, but they're wobbly little legs. They mostly rest in a seated position. You could hold them upright. Plushie versus Chip, epic battle. I think Chip would win. The plushie is not much on mobility. A rework for Underwater Combat was originally on the table for POF, but I guess they shifted focus and pursued other things. Really? I didn't know that. I think the issue is they would have to completely overhaul the game for Underwater Combat, new skills and upgraded skills. I don't think that. I think a lot of it is just numbers. Like, they don't have to change the mechanic of, like, many of the skills. They just need to change the numbers, because some classes do way more than others underwater. And then there's a few things that they need to change mechanically, like Mechanist needs to work underwater. It can you have the same graphic, or you can have it transform into a submarine. I don't know, but it needs to work underwater. Mike, do you have any plans to redo some of your older YouTube guides? A lot of really helpful and rich ones, like the inventory management guide, are 4 to 5 years old now. Yeah, but it's still 100% accurate. So, yeah, there's some where, like, something went out of date, and I just changed, like, you know, one, like, I just made a pinned comment. But others are still 100% accurate, they're just older. So I don't really feel the need to redo those. After playing Guild Wars 1 all week, I'm interested in coming back to Guild Wars 2. How much content would you say is still obtainable if you're grinding? Guild Wars 2? A lot. Like, even if you're just playing solo, there's hundreds of hours of content in Guild Wars 2. It's because, like, keep in mind, every time there was a new expansion or a new Living World season, they kept adding more stuff to the world. So it's really big. And currently in Guild Wars 1, I'm over here-ish somewhere. For the most part, underwater combat's fine. It just needs to be utilized and content be more accessible. I don't think accessible is the right word. You get a rebreather like level 8, so you're able to access it from then onward. But, again, I think it's the numbers. Like, if you take a fractal group, there's usually, like, one person doing way more damage than the others. Like, do some testing, see which builds do the most damage underwater, make some buffs and nerfs where appropriate, things like that. And then certain things, like Mechanist not working underwater is a problem, because then your healer can't heal there. What do you mean still attainable? Pretty much everything is attainable, except for legendary achievement points. Story map comp. Catching up. Evening, beautiful people. Hey, Hamza. What's up? Okay. Let's see. Converter. Pack Crowbar. Karmic Bag. Get rid of Bloodstone Dust. Get rid of Imperial Fragments. Oops. And we're fine on that. Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright, now for the parked characters that get me that easy money. Still don't get the idea why Mecha's not working underwater. I don't either. I honestly don't. I'm not sure. Do not know. If anything, Firebrand shouldn't be working underwater. I mean, that's part of the... That kind of brings to mind, like, one of the reasons I think underwater combat is so good is, like, in World of Warcraft, underwater combat is the exact same. Like, if you're a mage that shoots fireballs on land, you shoot fireballs in the water. But if you are in Guild Wars 2, mage doesn't shoot fireballs underwater. They shoot superheated jets of boiling water underwater. And I think stuff like that is a really freaking nice touch. Ellie's fire attunement should be disabled. No, it doesn't need to be disabled. It just needs to be utilized, for example, in the way that I said. Like, you could superheat sections of the water. It doesn't have to be actual flames. And lightning shouldn't. Well, actually, I think one of the Ellie underwater abilities is like Lightning Cage or something like that. So they actually have some lightning skills that are specifically only underwater. At the Beehive. Let's see, Beavis. And, oh, got the best possible order. Combs. Honey, and treasure, and rewind. Oh boy. Okay. Let's move that for a second. And do I have any yellow items that are worth big money? Got some orange items. Did I get all these here? All that. Alright, and then salvage yellows and get rid of that stuff. Okay. Any upcoming sponsors or Patreon sponsors? Got one tonight. not long ago, we did a sponsored stream for Sins of a Solar Empire, which is a space RTS type game. And it's funny because I got my butt kicked. I did all the tutorials and played one match and then died. But it was a fun little game. And they asked me like, hey, do you want to do another one? I'm like, at first I was thinking they emailed the wrong person because I was like, I just did a sponsored stream for you. But yeah, if you'll have me again, I'm happy to do another one. And they're like, okay, so we're going to do that again tonight. So yeah, tonight will be Guild Wars 2. And then 2 hours sponsored. And then I'll be doing my usual $100 giveaway I do with every sponsored stream. Mug, please go to a Black Lion Trader and collect your funds. I mean, it's kind of low priority right now. How much is on there right now? 69? Now we have to leave it forever. Nice. One of the CC skills Ellie has is Lightning Cage, which I think is 5. Also one, you basically put an anchor on your target. Yeah, the Necro has one where you attach a chain to a target and then like tie a tombstone to it and weigh them down to the bottom of the water. Necro also has a skill where they summon a swarm of vampiric shrimp. Not made up. Mike, are you gonna play Tower Dominion again? It releases like 2 weeks. I'm game. This is a fun little game. Good afternoon, Mr. Muck. People's the stream. What's up, Smashy? Hello. The Piranha attack on Ranger Speargun. Yeah, Ranger Speargun 3. It shoots like bait at the enemy and then they get swarmed with piranhas. It's funny in World v. World when you're in the water and someone else is on land and you fire piranhas out of the water at somebody.
Into this glade. You can feel it.
A bitter chill.
Chest number 5. And rewind. It's more water that does not fit underwater Ellie. What do you do? Throw water to fishes in hopes they drown? I feel like... No, you're just thinking like throw it at them, right? If you're underwater and you could control water... You could literally just make it stop moving through their gills. Boom. They're all dead. They can't breathe. Like, it'd be kind of like in the Avatar Legend of Korra, when she used air breathing and just made a bubble on someone's head and they suffocated. It'd be like that. Like, you don't have to just shoot like a water ball at them. You could just have the water around them solidify and then they can't move and they can't breathe. Let's see. Good morning, Muff. Good chat. I exist despite the universe's worst efforts. LA uses ice, mind you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's it for the daily stuff. What else we got? Morning, Muck. How goes it? By chance, did you check out V Rising Oakville? A lot of people have sent me the trailer for it and stuff like that. V Rising is a great game. And it is a great game that I have done like 4 or 5 playthroughs of. Currently, I've got 264 hours played in that game. So I'm sure I'll try Oakvale at some point in the future, but doing another playthrough, or 2, if I'm going to do the new Brutal stuff as well, is really daunting right now. That's just really daunting right now. Let's see... Because I feel like to enjoy the Oakvale stuff, I would need to do a new run. I could be wrong. Let's see, Laystone stuff.
Target destroyed.
Salvage blue and white items. What is this holographic cheese? Brutal Dracula again. Hopefully it takes me less time than last time if I had to do it again. I feel like the Oakvale stuff is like before Dracula, so I don't think I would want to get on my character that beat Brutal Dracula and then go to Oakvale, because I think I'd be too strong for it. Greetings, subjects, and Lord Ratmuck. Hi, Zonix. Understandable. I've been going through your Brutal playthrough, and yes, you'd have to do a new playthrough. Yeah. Okay. Where to now? Let's see what's going on. Got a few things I wouldn't mind doing today. Kind of itching to do some strikes, but I want to see if there's any desirable events to do first. Of Myths and Monsters is going on. Let's see if anyone's currently doing that. I know some streamers get annoyed when you at them. Does it annoy you when people at you in chat? No, not really. Can you show off Cosmic Observatory? If it is the daily, I don't mind doing it. Let me see. Let's see, masteries, achievements, dailies, strikes. Temple of Phoebe, Bone Skinner, Old Lion's Court. So, Blue Shrek is not one of the dailies right now. Old Lion's Court, oh boy. Alright, let's see. Is anyone doing this right now? Janthier, Century, Meta. Join. How do you get laurels? There's a handful of different ways. One of them is on the Wizard's Vault. You can go to the Wizard's Vault and you can buy bags of laurels right here. That's one way of getting them.
The winds are picking up. The storm nears even more. Our time for preparations will escape us soon.
Mike, have you watched the new Captain Crapface video about Throne and Liberty? I have not, no. I don't really know anything about Throne and Liberty. So I probably saw it on my because I'm subscribed to him. I probably saw it on my subscription feed, and I was like, oh, I don't know anything about that game, so I didn't watch it. But no, I haven't seen it. They're both NCSoft titles. Yes, I know that, but I'm saying I've never like played that. Like if you tell me that game's doing stellar or that game's doing terrible, either way, I'm just gonna be like, okay. The thing is, I really need ANET to add a way to get GOE without doing full map comp. I need to do it for Howler. Basically, all I have left. I just can't convince myself to do it again. You could do just the little bit a day strategy. Baseline, it's a pretty fun game with good ideas, but getting into deeper, it's kind of pay to win. Muck, is the trading post server-based, or does it include all servers? All servers. EU and NA both. EU and NA share the same trading post, so although the players can't see each other, they have the same economy. They can also mail to each other as well.
My cat says hi.
Hi, Zelqua's cat. That game is almost like Having Givers 2, a crappy and egregious pay to win. Oh, really? Cal says, imagine buying a game already just to pay a monthly sub. Oh, does Throne and Liberty have a monthly sub? We can mail and trade but not play together? Yeah, well, keep in mind there's ping, right, Occams? So, like, if EU and NA were playing together, one of the players are going to be lagging more than the others. And that's not really fair. You know? Like, that would be pretty messed up for anything competitive. So, you know, typically, yeah, if NA players see NA players, EU players see EU players, but they can trade and talk to each other and mail to each other. Isn't Star Wars Battlefront 1 or 2 pay to win and it got so much backlash? I don't know. Smashy says yes. Warfare World player I know is a scrapper is now a Harbinger, same character. How can you change class to the same character? You can't. There is no service in the game to change your base class. Like, you can't change an you're describing changing a engineer to a necromancer. That is not a service that they provide. So they leveled a second character at some point. Now, if you take a level 1 character and bring it into World versus World, it does get scaled up to level 80. However, it'll be a crappily geared level 80. But it's possible your friend just grabbed a new character and ran in there.
Prepare for impact. They come.
Alright, let's see if there's enough here. I've played global before. I can understand why PvP would be regional, but given how instance the game is, seems unfortunate. Yeah, there would be pros and cons to having it just having us see each other, but that's how it is. Gentier Wilds, yep. About to break a Titan's kneecaps. Yeah, the other day we got to the Titan in Guild Wars 1, and it spawned, and I barely had time to read the word Titan, and it was dead. Like, the group I was in killed it in, like, 3 seconds. It died so fast.
Raise them to the air. Go. Fight. Win.
Fight me!
The strangers have reached the first bloodstone. Like Cub to Maw, they'll suck it dry if we don't halt their advance.
For Titans, their teamwork isn't very tight. Oh gosh. But yeah, we got to the part in Guild Wars 1 where what's-his-butt used the Scepter of Ore and made a whole bunch of Titans, or like summoned them. And then he threw one of them at us, and we killed it in like 3 seconds. And then we just saw a cutscene of him sending Titans to like all the different places and like major cities and stuff. And we've got one mission left to see how that gets handled. Hey, we res right there. Got him. EMPs. Oh, I just got some kind of super adventure box thing.
The journey kit, now! Shatter the armor from their flesh. Our spears
Probably a
onto the
daily bag.
rest.
I've been selling those so far because they're worth like over $1 each.
Time to fight.
Time to fight. How's Guru doing? He's doing okay. They are keeping up. Or maybe we're keeping up. Got AoE res right here. Wait, what? Oh, it got interrupted. I'll do it now. I'll get 4 people. What the hell, the damage is over 10k a second. The damage... yeah, I'm doing like 20 to 25 right now. I don't have Alacrity, and I'm playing quick DPS. So my main goal is just buff the people around me and then do damage after. Alright. Hey, Greg. He's my Jade bot. Red arrow under us. AoE rezzing. Got 6 of them. Hopefully they don't do that again.
Weak they are. Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
See, hello Mr. Muck, what an adorable avatar you have. There isn't a chance there's a marketable plush version exists. I would totally purchase a version of this marketable plush with my real person money. Thanks in advance for your answer. A real person and not a bot, which was funded for Mr. Buck. So glad you asked, real person.123. Exclamation plushie. Greer's having to slow down to wait on us. Both about 5%. Wally, thank you for the prime, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome.
Defend yourself.
GG.
That's better. Fixing hateful little creatures.
Now getting the treasure.
And the Isle stills. Finally.
Alright, we got 3 super loot bags.
Celebrate
Gonna
we
sell those.
shall, but those
Almost 3 gold.
celebrations must remain modest. The strangers will return with the next storm.
She healed hacks. Yeah.
What a victory this was. And it was
Alright,
grand.
battle for Tarir soon. That's always fun. There we go. Easy little event.
Jinxie Mailinia raided my stream with 2 viewers.
A little dude sounded like he was having a strong trying to say that. Jinxie, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Alright, so this is about to start. Wally, man, thank you for the prime as well. Wally Mana, appreciate you. Raid Hive, good morning, afternoon. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, is there a spam issue in the YouTube chat? I might be able to help with that. Hang on a second. Where is the bot for the YouTube chat? I want to see, I think I can add a cooldown to some of these. One sec. Like the exclamation plushie command. Advanced settings. Oh, it already had a cooldown. It has a 5-second global cooldown. Okay, so yeah, so if someone does exclamation plushie and someone else does it within 5 seconds, only one of them works. Okay. So I could increase that if I need to, but I would need to do that for every individual command if there's like an issue with someone spamming. Okay. Alright, chat, I need some caffeine. I'm gonna wait here for this event for just a minute. I will be right back. Y'all need anything while I'm up? You want a Mountain Dew? Okay. Caffeine acquired, and I said hi to Chip while I was up. I'm getting my Mukluk brand comfy minky blanket. Caffeine, yes. Yes. All right. Hit that guy just in time. What's the plan for today? Just having some fun. Just visiting Guild Wars 2. Doing some metas right now because there's some going on that I really enjoy. Later on I might do some strikes because I'm kind of itching to do some strike missions. And some of the challenging ones are the dailies today. Tonight, going to be doing Guild Wars 2, the weekly giveaway, and then we got a sponsored 2-hour segment from Sins of a Solar Empire. And then after that, I always do giveaways. I call it the pay it forward giveaway. When I get paid to play a game, I usually take a bit of that, buy gift cards, and give them to chat. So I'll have like $100 in gift cards I'll be giving out later tonight. And then tomorrow morning, going to be starting Expedition 33, which a lot of people have been requesting. And tomorrow night, try to finish Guild Wars 1 Prophecies. We're at like the last mission. I don't know how much end game content there is beyond that, but we'll finish the story. Like literally in Prophecies, which I'm very, very rusty on the story because it's been decades. I'm at the last mission of the story, but I don't know how much like end game like raids or whatever there is after that I might want to try. And then continue our playthrough of Oblivion Remastered, which we started last night. Is Untamed harder to play than Soul Beast? I would say yes, but it's not like by a huge margin. Like, if a Soul Beast is a 5 on difficulty out of 10, then maybe Untamed is a 6. And really, that's because you're like going in and out of Unleashed state constantly. Whereas Soul Beast doesn't really have anything like that. Let's see. Thank God I got you, Muck. How do I make it so RTPS shows me my how much uptime I have on buffs as a percentage, as it always shows a number, and I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know. ArcDPS has a plugin called Boon Table. You might need Boon Table for that. But mine... Yeah, I am not sure. Yeah, this right here is just how many times you've applied that buff. Like, in the last fight I did, I applied Might 7,000 times. Like, that's how many applications you've done. If you're wanting to know, like, what percentage of the time that you've had the buff on you, that might require the Boon Table plugin. The Unleash factor is holding me off from playing Tame, but normally I play Chronos. Normally I should be fine, I guess. Yeah, it's essentially... Whenever you move your Unleash from your pet back to you, your 1 key hits really, really hard. And you want to do that as often as possible. So, if you're in an area where there's like a bit of like lag or something, it can be kind of annoying. Because you can't just like hit 1 key, then the other key. You've got to hit one, wait for the skill to flip over, then hit the other. You can set specific buffs in the built-in table, just navigate the settings. If you're at the last mission of Prophecies, then you only have a little more to do. That's the final mission, then you can do the elite missions of Underworld, Fisher Blow, and Tomb of Primeval Kings. The elite missions? Door's about to open.
We have protected Tarir for over a century. It will not fall this day.
Oh no! No! Wow, what a long range pull that was, Jadebot. That was a really long pull. Alright, the sniper who got me is down.
There's more where that came from.
We gotta take out the breacher or it's gonna make more frogs. Alright, that's done. No! I got pulled into so many circles. Dude, this armor! We have a guy in armor and he's not stunning the frogs. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to bring stun breaks because these people don't know what they're doing. Cannot remember the last time I died to those things. You know, before just now.
The Octovine is vulnerable. Attack now!
time for North and East to step up. Until then, we panic. Warclaw pulled the bomb profit. I remember one of the most troll things I ever saw in this game was we were at an Octovine, and no one could find the bomb. And we're like, what is going on? And we finally found it. It was a guy, as a thief, with scorpion wire. And he was over here, and he was pulling the bomb up here. Like, he was sabotaging the whole event for the, like, 100 people here by spamming scorpion wire and pulling the bomb up here and, like, leaving the area with it. And we were having to, like, one, we wasted a lot of time trying to find him and what was going on. And then when we figured it out, we had to, like, fight him for it.
Be prepared to fight, hero.
Okay, we res. Dodge. I just resed you! Oh my gosh. High DPS. I'm literally an NA player connected to EU, and I'm dodging these circles. These EU players can't do it. Okay. Portals on Trader are very much a thing on EU. Yeah. Yeah. That's not really an EU thing. That's just a Mesmers are disgusting thing. Yeah. Jack says Expedition 33 is my game of the year. Really? I've heard a few people say that. There's been some good games this year, though. Split Fiction, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I will say, I did hear from someone, like, Expedition 33 is one of those games that says we recommend using a controller. But I've had I think it was Asen told me, he's like, I'm playing it with mouse and keyboard and it works great. You should enjoy it like that. And he said there's one issue, though. It doesn't keep your mouse confined in the window. So sometimes your mouse will, like, move off the monitor into another window. And I was like, okay. So we'll see how irritating that is. I'll have the controller on standby if I have to use it. We'll see, though. Someone in the map chat is just linked a vial of liquid beryllium. I don't know if they really just got it, but if they did, that's like a grand. There's that guy on Jakar who knows how to pour people inside the ceiling. Banned for life. Look, I have one request to Expedition 33, that's to look at the weapons. What if I played a game where I didn't look at the weapons? That's such a weird request. People still wonder why everyone hates Mesmers. I feel, you know how Geralt of Rivia hates portals? I think it's just because he's met too many Mesmers. I heard something this morning about the weapons. Now, when you say look at them, do you mean just like look at the different options you have? Or do you mean like look at the graphics? They're so good. The graphics! No more JP portals for all of you. Ethely, I think in the 9,000 hours I've played this game, I've used a Mesmer to get through a JP once. And it was when I had to do Chalice of Tears the 3rd time for the Return to achievements. And then I was with a group of people and a Mesmer just ported us all. And I tipped him like 10 gold or something. Like I paid the guy for it. So, yeah, if we didn't have that, it'd be fine. There we go. Got all the loot. I just hit F9 to try to open my bags. I've been playing too much Guild Wars 1. I'm like, why doesn't this work? Wrong game. In Guild Wars 1, if you hit I, it only opens your top bag, because game design. If you hit F9, it opens all your bags. So that's become my new muscle memory button for open inventory. Just remap it in Guild Wars 1. But that's further away. No, I just need to get used to using I again. F9's further away. Oh, you're saying make F9 map to I in Guild Wars 1? Well, no, because in Guild Wars 1, if you hit I, it opens up your character panel. Like this. It opens this, and it opens one single bag. But if you hit F9, it doesn't open this, and it opens all bags. So basically, they've split the functionality into 2 different things, and so you need both. Credit words do, though. Most Mesmers I mean JPs refuse to take a tip. Oh, they're gonna take it. They're gonna take my money, and they're gonna like my money. I'm here to hit dragons and eat peanuts. And I'm all out of peanuts. Oh my god, they're force feeding them money? Yes. Mesmers are like pizza delivery guys. If you don't tip them, they might like spit in your portal next time. You gotta treat them right. Friggin' American tipping culture. You don't tip the Mesmer, and the next portal just leads you straight to friggin' Ring of Fire. Where are we at? This is basically a dragon's gonna land here. There's an event called the Death Branded Shatterer. The Shatterer is a dragon, and he gets death branded, which is like these purple crystals all over him. And he visits this spot every couple hours. And these people are meeting up here, waiting for him to land, so we can break his ankles. Maybe start paying a livable wage. I don't have any employees, Smashy. But if I had a business, I would love to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. The closest thing I have to an employee is Noxxi, which technically I am Noxxi's client, not her being my employee. And Noxxi's in Hungary, not America. But I will say, most months, I pay Noxxi more than what my entire YouTube channel makes. So, if it wasn't for the people that are patrons, I wouldn't be able to afford to do that. Yeah, I do what I can. Kind of like the Pay It Forward giveaway. Tonight we have a sponsored stream, then I'm doing like $100 in gift cards for you guys. Like, I enjoy spreading it around. Oh, did I get the banner? Let me get the banner. I don't know if I got that. There we go. Yeah, I did not have that. I enjoy spreading it around. The money, Zevix, the money! I'm helping the economy. You're so weird about it. Oh, camera shift. Here we go. Mug, is Styx on evening stream? We finished Styx. It's done. It had a very abrupt cliffhanger. It was very annoying. So now we're caught up until the third Styx game comes out later this year. So as always, if you missed me finishing it and you would like to see it, it will be in the Styx playlist on the Mukluk Plays YouTube channel. I'm not a fan of cliffhangers in games. The thing is, if I think it depends on how it's done, right? Because if you've got a story that kind of ends but leaves open threads to you know, do another story, like the end of Guild Wars 1 is you beat the first dragon, right? But there's threads that are still there. Or I'm sorry, I said Guild Wars 1. I meant Guild Wars 2 Vanilla. After you beat Zaitan, that was the culmination of a big chunk of story. But then after that, you can go and continue the story with the other dragons. Like, I think that was decent, but the cliffhanger with Styx was extremely abrupt. It was very abrupt. Don't remind us of the Zaitan fight. Yeah, look, the Zaitan fight was stupid, but the story for Zaitan I thought was enjoyable. I liked it. One of these days when I'm financially stable again, I'll become a patron at the most inconvenient time. I'll leave the jump scare up and running just for you, Rajani. I will await that day. Drakar. They going to Drakar? I'll do Drakar. Let's see what's going on. Zaitan should get the Hismar. Oh my god, Hismar. Oh, that was such a fight. For those who didn't pick up on that, Hismar was a fight in the Kazan game, and it took me. Now I was not. It was my first time fighting it. I was not in a great build for it. I found out the hard way. It was a 30-minute fight, 3-0. 30-minute fight. I do not have confidence with driving a Griffin down this tunnel. Doing okay, though. Oh lord, he coming. Did I join the right map? I guess we'll see. Soul Stone Survivor's getting 1.0 release. Wait, what? Is that game still in early access? I've played so much of that game. I thought it was like a done game that was getting lots of updates. I didn't realize it was still technically EA. Like, no, it's a good game. I'm not knocking it. It's just, I thought it was a done game that was getting free updates, not an unfinished game getting pre-done updates. Like, I'm bored and curious, would you ever play any of the Kingdom Hearts games if you haven't already? The idea of all of those different universes meeting together, like, I've seen clips from Kingdom Hearts, right? I've seen clips of, like, some sections of the game where they're with, like, to the Toy Story gang, and sections of the game where they're with, like, the Little Mermaid, and stuff like that. Like, there's this fight or something that spills in between all of these different realms. That sounds pretty rad. Honestly. However, I'm pretty sure that they're all very console, so I'm not sure if I would enjoy the actual gameplay. Also, I have heard a few memes about the game, like Donald Duck's the healer and he never heals you when you want him to. And I've also heard that, what was the other thing? Donald Duck is one of the most powerful beings in the game. Like, there's apparently a moment in Kingdom Hearts where he uses an attack, and the only other being to ever use that attack in the, like, franchise of that game was, like, God or something. And everyone's like, what? Why, wait, what? Why does he have this? Like, I don't fully know the right words to say to describe it, but I've seen the clips and, like, heard about it.
Get us through that ice. Just need a little more time.
But yeah, I am confident that, like, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know how much I would enjoy the actual gameplay. It's kind of like Yakuza 0. I really liked the story for Yakuza 0. Insanely good storytelling.
Just a little longer.
The gameplay, I was, so like, I blasted through the, like, I skipped the side stuff, like, entirely, because I hated the gameplay. Combat is similar to FF7 remakes. I haven't played those. My reasoning for that was, I had to buy a full-price game 3 times in order to finish it, because they split it into thirds.
See?
And also,
Easy.
I think it's not even entirely out yet. So, $180 to play the FF7 remake was a bit much. Canonically, yes, he's one of the most powerful FF characters. Yeah. No, do not leave the map. I'm busy.
Here. Drakkar! Show yourself! You can't run forever!
I got stuck in a loading screen entering the Super Adventure box. Anyone else have this issue? I have not heard of that one, no. When the target goes invulnerable, right when you hit your big Unga Bunga move. Sad high DPS noises. Oh, EMP.
It's gonna try to surprise us again! Oh no you don't!
$180. So Bluebell, and Chad, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in any of this. So they split the FF7 remake into 3 different games. So there's like Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3 or something. And then each of those is like $60 or something close to that. It's like, you know, a full price game. And they're, as I understand it, you know, very polished and, you know, remastered and remade and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's to play through FF7. If you've never played through it, you're playing through it for the first time using the remakes, which is what I would be doing. It's $180 or something because you gotta buy all 3. I don't know. I feel like my understanding of FF7 as it is now is probably funnier than what the game actually is. Which, I've said it before, but for the people that weren't here then, it's like, I know that the main character has a girth sword. That's Cloud. And then there's a guy named Sephiroth that has a length sword. And they have a battle because they can't agree on what's better, girth or length. And there's a character named Tifa, and she was in the Italian Senate. and Cloud has a girlfriend, but Sephiroth stabs her with his Link sword, and I guess Cloud's like not happy about that, so they fight. And Sephiroth has, I think, one angel wing because he's an edgelord. That's it. That's everything I know. Spoilers. I spoiled the girth. I spoiled the girth. He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls.
Oh no, you don't. The claws. Go for the claws.
That's a lot of EMPs.
The magic's coming from
Do you know how much yarn I could get for $108? How many hours of enjoyment and stuff I could wear? I could even get some of that glow-in-the-dark yarn I desperately crave. I could make a glow-in-the-dark cardigan.
Now get in there and cut off the source.
So you're admitting you know nothing? I know nothing, Jon Snow. Actually, I'm remembering there was one time I watched a, y'all know the YouTube channel Death Battle? They have some really cool stuff on there. There was one time they did Cloud versus Link. And they talked a bit about each of the characters when they're introducing them, right? And I remember something about Cloud's memories being messed up. So I know that is somehow involved.
This isn't worth it.
You're kidding.
What have you done?
I have a desperate need for Vision Crystal mats lately. Yo, we did the quest in Guild Wars 1 to make a Vision Crystal the other day. And it was pretty cool because I was like, oh, this is literally, it looks exactly the same as it does in Guild Wars 2. Except in Guild Wars 1, a single Vision Crystal is this really rare thing, and in Guild Wars 2, we're just throwing them back like candy.
Watch it. Could come out anywhere.
Like you're throwing it back.
Look out.
Rujani, I feel like we're having one of those generational differences here. Where it's like when you look at a really old comic book and you're like, I can't believe he said that word. And people are like, that's not what it meant then.
Now get in there and cut off the source. The gate's open. Now get in there and cut off the source.
No portal, guys? No, someone did do the portal. Otherwise, I could not have come in here because I still had the cooldown.
There. That's all of them.
I think it... Oh, AoE Riz. I think it was just not a lot of people.
This is it. Everyone, attack.
That was a noise. Drakar's tummy rumbling. GG! Oh, one got interrupted. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's see. Sephiroth does have the one wing replacing his arm in the OG game, but it's his final boss form where he also has 4 wings replacing his legs. It's just like, there's... Hold on, Sephiroth wing. It's just like this. I have seen... Hold on a sec, let me open image in new tab. I've seen this image of him, like, all over the place, right? So, like, he looks very edgelord, and he clearly likes length, but I really don't know why he has a wing or anything like that. So if I ever play the game, I'll get to enjoy finding that out. I have no idea why he looks like that. Alright. Mike, would you recommend me going for the second Conflux or trying and go for Coalescence as someone that has practically no entry point to start with Wing 5 with 0 rate experience? Sir Masao, I think it should be based on your personal enjoyment. Because in the end, unless you want the graphic for the Coalescence above your head, which most people don't, but if you want that, then that should be your goal, right? Because either way, they're going to have the same stats. So if you want to have the Coalescence thing, then go for that. Now, if you're impartial on the graphic, then it should be picked based on, do you think you would like to learn raids more, or do you think that you would like to just grind World v World because you enjoy World v World a lot? Whichever one is more fun for you. He's very edgelord. Wait, why did that get blocked? Hold on, I'm allowing it. He's very edgelord, but his wings used to be white for fuck's sake. Oh, I don't know. I just googled Sephiroth with wing. Would you play the original FF7 mod? I might be willing to someday. I would say there's too many games that I'm really interested in right now that I want to play, rather than playing a game that I would just be willing to, you know? So that would kind of go on the back burner. Kind of like Styx, Shards of Darkness was kind of on my back burner for like 2 years. We just got to it. Ended up finishing it really fast, though. I would enjoy getting new experiences of getting into raids, but it just seems impossible since there's no trading raids past Wing 1 through 3. Have you checked Raid Academy? Hang on a sec. I can't promise anything because I haven't talked to them in a long time, but that Discord is full of people that like doing training runs. You could go in there and inquire and see if there's anyone doing what you need. My biggest issue, training raids are always on Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, I don't know anything about that. That's just going to depend on the person. Alright, so we got your car done. Let's see. Aetherblade? I'll check Aetherblade. If that's not happening, then I'll probably try to go Strike Group. Is the Treasure Hunter chest worth it? The one for the home instance? Probably not. Like, it costs hundreds, if not thousands of gold to unlock it. And then it gives you, like, a few silver each day. It would take decades for it to pay for itself. And it's not even like here's the thing. With it, let's say you get an iron node, and your friends also use your home instance. So it's giving you 3 iron a day, but it's also giving Bill and Ted and John and Sally 3 iron a day. So then it's giving 15 a day. You know? So it pays for itself a lot faster because it's giving other people money each day too. The Treasure Hunter chest isn't like that. The Treasure Hunter chest can only be opened by people who have also done the achievement for the Treasure Hunter chest. So it does not, you know, split its rewards or multiply its rewards among other people because of that. Let's see. Satan. Nope, nothing going on here. Okay. Might be strike time. Might be strike time. Alright, let's go to the Wizard's Tower and we'll see if I can get a group together. Why strikes? I'm just itching to. I'm just in the mood. He was hungry, he ate the other one. The other wing? Nom 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 nom. As long as he never flies with just the one wing, because that would not make any sense. Alright. Chat, for those interested, I'm on EU servers right now. I've made a 10-man squad, and I would like to do the daily strikes and then the Icebrood strikes. If anyone would like to join me, get some money, have some fun, here's the squad join command. And I'll fill as best as I can. And let's see what's going on. Let's see who might like to join. How do you get the pass to the Wizard's Tower? I only came back to the game and recently unlocked Soto. So playing the story gets you to the tower, but if you want the scroll so any of your characters can port there anytime, I actually have a video on how to unlock that. Give me a second to find it. I haven't had to pull this up in a bit. Here we go. How to get the Wizard's Tower teleportation stone. Okay, here's a link to getting the teleport scroll if you fancy it. Muck, I almost think you should watch Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. I'm not familiar with that. You said watch. Is that like a movie? Or a series? It's a movie. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm a strike snoob. Will I be much of a hindrance? No, it's fine. Just follow the group, do what the group does, hit what the group hits, and you'll be fine. It's, they're not that bad. Remember, strikes are meant to be a puggable entry point to raids. Like, they're meant to be easier than raids, so you can learn them and go from there. Ritlock says quick DPS. Alright. We have another quick DPS. Alright, I will go heal Druid then. So I'll be Alak heals. Eroise says can fill. Eroise, do you have an Alak heal by chance? Because if so, I could put you with the other quick DPS. They said sure? Okay, right on. Okay, everyone still in group 1, please go DPS. Please go high DPS. Zoning into Phoebe. Chat, we lost someone. We have room for one more if somebody wants to join us. Starting at Temple of Phoebe. I can go quick heal or lack heal. I've already got that covered, sorry. Well, actually, hold on a sec. If, hold on. Gullstaff could go a lack heal, and then Eroise could go pure damage if we need to swap, if you don't have a damage build. Sorry, Eroise, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm trying to accommodate folks. Which story episodes do I need for this? This is... Oh, this is in, the Wizard's Tower. This is in the Wizard's Tower. So you would need access to, Secrets of the Obscure. If you can't join Carchero, please step out so we can get somebody else in, but I'm happy to answer the questions in the chat if you want. You can also take them into your home instance with the portal. Yeah. I've never tried. Okay, if I have somebody else come into my homestead, can they use my homestead's portals to access Janthier? I've never tried that. I know some homestead features are limited to the owner. Have any of y'all tried that with your alts? Also, we lost 1 DPS. If someone wants to join, we need 1 DPS. I have a crappy damage build. No, Gullstaff, go Alack heals. And we'll go from there. I'm trying to get one more person. Alright. Alright, let me go into the group finder. Hang on. Let's see. Which section is this? Is it strikes? Experienced. Dailies. IBS strikes. At Phoebe. What was that? This one. No Old Lions Court. We hate Old Lions Court. So once again, to the Twitch and YouTube chats, if anybody wants to step in, I'm on EU servers. We got room for 1 high DPS in our group. We'll wait a minute or two and see if someone joins. If no one does, then we can just 9-man it if we have to. My alt account doesn't have EOD, but I can enter the hall, but I can't leave it. I imagine home sites will work the same. Great video. We'll 100% do this when I complete the story. Sure, I'm glad it helped. Yeah, that's the first time that video came up in conversation in a long time. I was like, what did I name that video? I literally just searched my YouTube channel for the word wizard to find it. All right, just waiting on this Necro to zone in. You know, I knew we had someone in the party named Ritlock. Decent cosplay as well. He's got that Ritlock looking armor. Something looks off. Like the face is close. I would need to, honestly, I would need to see you side by side with the real Ritlock to be able to tell you what's different. Like, the face is close. I feel like something's off, but I can't put my finger on it. Oh, then number 10 is here. Let's see, ready to check. Alright, so I know we got at least one person here who is new to this fight. I will do my best to kind of narrate what we're doing for now. You just glide down to the dead center of the room. And there's going to be a big demon that's going to appear. Alright, so just stack up and hit him for now. Wow, I haven't played Druid in a bit. Alright, there's a green circle on the party. Just stay in the green. Green is good. Alright, split up, go boom, and then come back. Don't stand in the puddles that we just made. Alright, angry clock hand. Just follow it around. Follow it around the boss. Okay, good. Alright, if he puts a debuff on you that changes the color of your screen and you got a beam on you, you need to run away. That's too late, honestly. So if he does that again, run away, and you're gonna spawn a clone, and you don't want the clone to touch the boss. Alright, CC the boss. Alright, kill the one on the left, then the one on the right. So, rage. So, not the middle of the big ones. Like, of the big 3, get the side ones. We want to soak these orbs every time we can. They basically are food for him. You want to block it from reaching him. Okay, Envy next. Stack the greens, stack the greens. Green is good. Nice. Okay, we're back on the boss now. Split up, go boom, come back. Beautiful. Angry clock hand. Just follow behind it. Okay, stack back up. Okay, I've got the ad thing, so I'm running really far away. And then I'm coming back. Alright, body block the orbs. Don't let the big orbs reach him. That's going to buff him up. Now there's a clone of me walking toward the boss. Make sure to cleave it. Don't let it reach him. I'm immobilizing it as much as I can. Dodge roll this big red circle. Now we need to... Where's the demo states? I did not dodge roll. Split up. Go boom. There's a puddle right on top of the boss. Be careful. Angry clock hand. CC the boss. Okay. Go to the left big guy, and then the right big guy after. Okay, so we're on despair right now. It's a bit messy, but we got some new fit folks here. It's fine. We're still okay. Okay, just keep those greens stacked. Angry clock hand, just follow behind it. Try to not touch it. Body block the big orbs, don't let them reach him. Remember, if he puts the beam on you, run it away. Dodge roll this. Dodge roll the big circle. Split up. There is a clone coming toward us. Stack the greens. Angry clock hand. Cleave the shadow that's coming in. Do not let it reach him. Big orbs coming in. We need to soak them. Dodge roll this. CC. Okay, stack up. Just all stand in a pile right now. From 10% to dead, he just spams boom. Just stay stacked for heals. GG, nice. There you go. Got somebody's first Temple of Phoebe. All right. I'm wondering if we should do Old Lion's Quarter, skip it, because that is quite a step up from this. Maybe just go straight to Icebrood Saga? Maybe just go straight to IBS, I'm thinking. Like, I don't mind Old Lion's Court, but it's a lot more to explain than that was. So let's head to Eye of the North. Let's head to Eye of the North. What is your opinion on World v. World at the moment being one-shotted and immediately dead? I think in World v. World or PvP, getting one-shot, assuming it's a one-on-one, you know, because not like a 60-on-1, I think getting one-shot is not good MMO gameplay, because that's more like first-person shooter gameplay. Wait, who left the group? We lost somebody. Chat, we're going to the Icebrood Saga strikes. If anybody wants to join in, here's the squad join command. Somebody quit on me. I don't know who left. Alright, let's start at the easy one and work our way up. Can't get the Ritlock face perfectly on character creation. You know, there was that period of time where Ritlock was like a newborn revenant and he was wearing the blindfold on. Maybe you could kind of finagle it by covering half his face with one of those blindfolds.
Commander, heard you're headed back into the pass. I'll be right there.
Give me that. You stay put.
Hey!
Be careful up there. Conditions have gotten worse since Bangar left. You'll have to find another way up. This storm isn't normal. Blocking us from following Bangar? Makes you wonder if it's intentional, and who's pulling the strings.
Watch yourself out there, Commander.
There we go. Okay. Teleporter is open at the end of the jumping puzzle. Let's see. Waiting on Gullstaff the Great to get here.
I should be there.
You're being a distraction.
Went to the wrong Eye of the North. Wait, what? There's more than one Eye of the North? Let's see. Ivar and Gullstaff. If you can just click on the pile of people up here on the map, it will teleport you up here. Right here. There we go. Nice. I hate jumping puzzles. Well, this one lets you port to the end of it. No big deal.
Sounds like that worked out okay.
Alright.
But no change
Leave
in the storm.
instance, going to the next one. Duh, bears.
Give me a report.
Good, everyone. Hey, Jersey. Alright, going to Voice of the Fallen and Claw of the Fallen.
You're young to be so confident.
Let's do this. Alright, to the new blood, typically people start over here to the left a little bit. It's just slightly closer to where the boss spawns, so a little less runtime. There's gonna be 2 bears, and you have to, well, when you kill one, the other enrages. So it's your standard, try to get both of them low at the same time before you kill one of them type of thing.
All will be preserved, dreamer. Ride the arrows, my claw.
Hit the other one. Hit the one that's got more health. Alright, do not run around him in circles. Just stack together. Just stack together for heals. It looks like a mechanic where you want to run around in circles. It's a bait. You don't want to do that. Okay, so we kind of did enrage mode there. So we did challenge mode bears. All right, next up. I love bear CM. Yeah, bear CM. Bears challenge mode. Forainer of Jormag.
I can see you've traveled far.
Hi, Muck and Shattacles. Hi, Charbon. Shattacles? Like the Greek name.
Dream with me.
If you get frozen, just spam the 1 key. Jump the shockwave.
It's time to sleep beneath the stars.
He's gonna turn into a big dude. Take a few steps to the left if you got knocked back by that. Alright, he's invulnerable. Strike training. I was just in the mood to do strikes, and we had some new folks join and say, is it okay if we join? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. These aren't that bad. So I'm just kind of narrating what's going on for their sake.
So hard, but your long day has ended.
GG! Train, you're down. Nice. Alright. Back to Eye of the North. This ain't the 33rd expedition and the secrets of Clair Obscure. It is neither of those things, no. We'll start on that tomorrow morning. What is next? Whisper. That list, the order changes every day. It's it makes me get stuck on that quite often. It doesn't keep the same order.
I can see you've traveled far.
Someone said there's a new mount skin in the store. Let's take a look. Scale Fang Warclaw. Alright, I recognize that's not a raccoon, but that's got raccoon energy. Like, this thing digs through dumpsters. you like hear a bang outside, you're like, fuck it, Scale Fang in the trash again. Hi, Neoff. Okay, this fight. Alright. Well, somebody else started it. Okay, well, where's that guy? Alright, so the boss occasionally uppercuts you. Nothing you can do about that. Just deal with it. The big thing on this fight, split up, is after the fight's like 1/3 over, the boss will start doing a move called chains, and it will attach chains to various teammates, and the chains go from the player to the boss. It doesn't hurt you, but it will kill anyone that chain touches, so do not like run around the room, because you'll be just like a giant guillotine running around. Just back a few steps away from the boss and hold still if you get a chain. Chains, watch out. Don't stand on top of each other. CC the boss. split up. Now, that mechanic where we split up, if you're in someone else's circle, it will hit you. But if it's just your own circle, you can dodge roll it. So if you split up and dodge roll, you take 0 damage there. Search and rescue. Nope, never mind. He got rezzed by the phase transition. Alright, stability, because he's going to knock people back. Alright. Very soon, the boss is going to make his own hitbox be lethal. When you see red arrows, back away. Like that. Don't stand at that. GG. There you go. All right, whisper down. I wish they could bring back the North lore a little more. It was so invested in it by the beginning of ISB, and then it went off to Char Civil War. I was sad. Yeah. In my playthrough of Guild Wars 1, we just went through Biora and Grothmar a little while ago, and I was like, oh my god. Guild Wars 1 copied these zones from Guild Wars 2. That's crazy. Alright, Bone Skinner. The actual Daily. In some ways, the easiest strike in its simplicity, but not in its lethality. All right, so for the noobs in the group, this boss has a whole strategy involving lighting the lamps and fighting the darkness, and literally no one in the community does that. They have boiled this boss down to, if bad thing happens, we step left or dodge left. That's it. Essentially, the boss keeps firing lethal attacks straight out in front of him, and we keep moving to the left, and we're moving around him like counterclockwise. So these lethal attacks keep happening to the right of us, okay? Very simple, but if you don't do it, you're dead. It's an extremely simple strategy, but if you don't do it, you're dead. So if you see me suddenly step or dodge left, you better move fast. Oh, keep you moving left, it's clockwise. Hang on. I can search and rescue one of you. I can't save you both, I'm sorry. I can glyph of the stars, it's not enough, you're both dead. Alright. Okay, so 4 people have died, I was able to save one. Oh my god. Yo, that was Allies Aid. Search and rescue. Alright, get ready to jump. Sorry, dodge. Get ready to dodge. I misspoke. Is one of the dead people the other healer? I'm suddenly sweating. I think it might be. Glyph of the stars. God. Dodge. Lift for the stars. I'm trying to get you up. Search and rescue the other one. DPS, res that guy. He's not in a puddle. Get him. If I stop healing to res, you're all dead. Oh my god. I was sweating. Yo, that dude was just laying there with his hand out like, please, someone take my hand. And they're all like, hot DPS. Like I said, deceptively simple. Step left or die. Now you know how to do Bone Skinner. You're welcome. Click these links. Alright, that is it. That is the last of the IBS ones that we're going to do. Thank you, teammates. GG. We got them all done on the first try. There were some bumps, but we had some new bloods. It's fine. GG. Friendly reminder, there's a giant treasure chest in Eye of the North that you can open if you wish to. And it will give you more loot based on how many IBS strikes you've done this week, like just for each individual one. So if you don't plan on doing any others this week, you should go ahead and just pop it open. The idea of step left is simple. The execution is not always the easiest if you're not familiar with the tells you can't see grande ways. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. But if they want a guide for it, I do have one. They just gotta go get it. Plus, there's the fact that if they're... You know, we're not on, like, Discord. So if they were hearing me through Twitch or through YouTube stream, then there would be possibly a couple seconds delay, and by then it might be too late. You told me to look at you, so if you had to look at my feet. Oh, I mean, if you dodged when I dodged, you would have gotten out of it. I used your guide the first time I did Bone Skinner. 2 of us survived to beat it, but you did beat it. You're welcome. Vet Raider, very few pre-Wing 8 CMs left, like 2, and I struggle with it sometimes too. Pre-Wing 8 CMs. The biggest pain would be Doom and KTP. Alright, let's see. Alright. That scratches the, strike mission itch. What else we got going on right now? Let's see. If I can find 4 events in Skywatch Archipelago, I can get rid of this tracker thing on my bar. Let's see if there's any going on over there right now. I think it can't be rift hunting. I got KTP and I think K1 a while ago, but I'm not 100% sure on K1. Isn't there an achievement for each challenge mode, Johnny, that gives you like a big ascended box of goodies? You could just check those achievements. What is this? Help Briella prepare motivations for the Rift Hunters. Yeah, but I'm lazy and I don't want to log in. Fine. Yo, Briella, what are we cooking? The Rift Hunters are waiting on this order. There's so much prep that needs to be done. Can you help? What can I do? I'll give you instructions as we go. Let's do it.
Thank you. The Rift Hunters placed quite an order, but this will be a great learning experience for you. I'll shout out which ingredient I need and how to prep it. We'll be done in no time. Candle wax will really light up your bait. How about we add some? Sprinkle some bloodstone on it first.
Wait, what? Candle wax. What? Sprinkle bloodstone. Cauldron of blood. Dip it. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's not it. No! That's the bloodstone dust. Alright. So candle. And then bloodstone dust. And then we failed.
Let's add a shank of goat meat. Ooh, now I'm making myself hungry. Dip it in some blood for an extra magical kick.
Goat meat. Blood. And throw it to her.
Let's add a shank of goat meat. Ooh, now I'm making myself hungry. Splash it with some blood first.
Did the goat not come with blood?
Candle wax will really light up your bait. How about we add some?
Candle wax.
Nothing else needed. Just toss it to me like that. Here's a tip. A single ritual totem will add a ton of potency to your bait. Let's add one. Dip it in some blood for an extra magical kick.
Blood.
Nothing helps the structure quite like a bone. Quickly now. That'll be fine as it is. Nothing helps the structure quite like a bone.
I can't achieve it.
Now. Splash it with some blood first.
Yeah, most people don't just have a big cauldron of blood. This is why people don't trust
Let's add
wizards.
a shank of goat meat. Ooh, now I'm making myself hungry. Sprinkle some bloodstone on it first. Here's a tip. A single ritual totem will add a ton of potency to your bait. Let's add one. That'll be fine as it is. Let's add a shank of goat meat. Ooh, now I'm making myself hungry. Dip it in some blood for an extra magical kick.
She spells it with U's. Blood.
Nothing helps the structure quite like a bone. Quickly now. Splash it with some blood first. Can you toss me a bowl? Don't worry, I can catch. That'll be fine as it is.
A bowl. You want me to splash it with some blood? I just started doing raids or guides or gold mine. Hey, thanks, Momo. I'm glad you enjoy my stuff.
Candle wax will really light up your bait. How about we add some? Nothing else needed. Just toss it to me like that.
No, wait. Oh, man, I canceled the throw. She was running out of the range of it.
Great work. Now we just need to get these out to the Rift Hunters.
Nice. Alright, there we go. Now I need 3 more events in this zone. I only have a small cauldron. 600 square feet isn't enough for a big cauldron. Oh, wait. Did that start an escort? Oh, that started an escort. With some blood on it. Can you escort me to the destination? Can you also sprinkle some blood on it? Yes, I can only walk down a road that's been sprinkled with blood. That sounds like a weird rule, like how like vampires can't cross
Rift
rivers.
Hunters are waiting on their delivery. Hop on your sky scale and follow me.
Eh?
Use that sky scale of yours and let's get going.
How about you just teach me to teleport, and then I won't need the sky scale. She's just hacking. Maybe the escort will get her more blood. Probably. If it's an escort quest, we're gonna get jumped at some point.
Help me take care of them so we can get back to work.
What happened to that new PvP mode, Peach? It's still in development as far as I know. They've had, what, 1 or 2 open betas for it? It's so weird that you kill a few and then just abruptly ends twice in a row.
Here you are, friends. A delivery of fresh baits just for you.
That's great, Briella. Wait, so how does this work? Do I just twist this part?
Wait, don't do that yet, you dimwit.
Oh no, it's all over me. Oh, what a smell.
Oh dear, that's going to be trouble. Look out!
So he just baited a whole bunch. Yeah, I've never done this one. We'll get the next Piyush beta May 20th. Do you have a preference between the Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 combat systems? Guild Wars 2, absolutely. Guild Wars 1, it's a fun game, right? Like, it's a fun game. I'm not saying it needs to change anything. But Guild Wars 2's combat system is what kept me entertained in this game for 9,000 hours. Guild Wars 1, I'm almost done with one playthrough, and I'm not really intending to keep playing that character for much beyond that. It just doesn't hook me as much. Like, Guild Wars 2, I think the gameplay is so fun that I can still greatly enjoy when they make something the community doesn't like that much. It's like, you know, dungeons, fractals, dragon response missions. I'm still playing my character, and I enjoy playing my character, so I'm fine doing any of those things.
That was definitely too close for comfort. At least we know the baits work, though.
And quite effectively, too. Just make sure next time to not open them until you're ready for a fight.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone.
This person looks like a grown man, but they sound like they're 12. Sorry about that. Okay, I gotta find one more event in this zone, and then I can get this tracker off my bar that's been there for like a year or 2. I am ready to be done with that. Trying to find, where is it? Okay, there's some kind of event up there. That should do it. Okay, what is this one? Vine seed. We just bring him back here.
See, I've still got a few tricks up my sleeves.
Great thinking, Professor. Although, it's also kind of terrifying to see how much the flora here is affected.
That sounds a little bit like Gorik. Hey Mike, do you plan on doing a new pet update video soon? Can you be more specific? I've done a lot of videos related to pets. Like, what's the topic?
More of them!
Do you mean like when I was checking the DPS of all of them, or when I was just talking about like where to get them all? The trait changes? DPS and which pets are best in slot for what? Gotcha. It's not one I currently have planned. I've got videos for where to get all the new pets, if you desire that. But as far as another video where I just go over like every single pet and I'm like, this is used for this build, this is used for that build, blah, 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 blah. I don't know them all by heart at the moment because a lot of the builds have changed. So I'm not sure I would be able to do that at this moment in time. Hawk is now apparently best power DPS pet. Hawk is? Really? I guess because of feline, avian, and drake pets gain increased precision and ferocity. I'm guessing that's involved somehow.
It used to be such a beautiful, fascinating place, but something has brought it all to ruin.
Alright, there we go. Okay, that buff is off my bar. It feels weaker, but I trust the Snow Crow's nerds. It feels weaker, but you trust the nerds. No, it is even best without that, so I am even more curious how good it is with that trait. Yeah, right now I'm using this in open... Oh, actually, hold on. Do I... What's my Fury uptime without this? Gain Fury when swapping weapons for 7 seconds every 10 seconds. So I have like 70% Fury uptime without the Tiger. With the Tiger, I have 100%. Let me take a look. You've piqued my curiosity. Let's see. Where's the builds? Let's see, Ranger. Taking a look at stuff right now. Let's see. So first, this is Heal Alack Druid. Kind of doubt this has changed much. Hang on, where is... Let's see. It's not a heal. Using a healing seal, I can increase healing power with some power. This saved 2. I don't regret taking this trait and not the Snow Crow's one, because this trait saved 2 lives during strikes today. Grant boons to allies on solving pets. Okay, yeah. So this build is still pretty much the same. Alright, so change to Quick Untamed. Put this over here for a second. And... Power Quick Untamed. Hammer and Sword Axe, Hammer and Sword Axe. What? Why is there power? Oh, okay, I see, I see. There's 3 Power Quick Untamed builds. That's the Hammer Mace Mace one. So I like using the mass res. They're bringing Forest Fortification. That's fine. They are using the Hawk. And what is this one? Dodging removes a condition from you. Heal yourself if you remove a condition. Grant boons to nearby allies and solving pets. If you are in a group with all boons covered, then that's not really needed, so that's fine. I'm using the same traits there. Okay, so yeah, the only thing different here really is the trait that buffs cats and birds and drakes, and then they took Hawk instead of a cat. And secondary pet, I have a CC pet, which is the same, you know, it's the same job that has. Pet options. Hawk is the best DPS pet and can help provide swiftness. Jungle Stalker can help with might. White Tiger Aegis, Electric Wyvern, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, normal stuff. I can try it out. What is this? This thumbnail is magical. Look at this thumbnail, chat. This is a freaking... It's some guy in MS Paint for 2 minutes, and he's like, yes, graphics design is my passion. I love it. Look at that over there. Alright. Better than AI thumbnails. I mean... maybe. Let's see, Hawk. Grant swiftness to nearby allies and remove movement impairing conditions from them. The thing with that is that long cast time. It's sometimes I'm torn on whether or not I should have that turned on auto because it has a long cast time. This is how your thumbnails would look without chat's help. Okay. Alright. We got the Hawk on the bar. Let's find something to try it on. Let's see. Modnir Ulgoth. Battle for Lion's Arch. Chakra. Chakran is starting, huh? Let's see if we can get in on that. Maybe we can throw our bird at some giant bugs. Alright. Let's see. Looking for group. Heart of Thorns. Tangled Depths. PvE Meta Marathon. 14 people in queue. Holy crap. 60. Okay. Filter out. Don't show me IP 60 anymore. 84. Ugh, 84 is even worse. What IP am I on right now? 41. Alright, let's try 15. That's even worse. Alright, so I think 60 is actually the best one. Alright. Queue size is 2. We'll see if we can get into that. Hi, Market Chat, how are things? What's up, Bozer? We did some strikes, we did some open world stuff, just chatting. Visiting Tyria. Wonderful place to be, as long as you're not in Tangled Depths. Pretty horrifying place to be if you're there. Yeah, this map's about to fail. Don't know if we're going to get over to the other map in time to do this. I think we got here too late. We might get to join the wall. While you're waiting, could you explain the IP stuff? I have a video on that. Hang on. There you go. That's it right there. There's the IP stuff, if you're interested. Rather do Searing Ascent than being Tangled Depths. You'd rather do Searing Ascent? I wouldn't agree on that. Thanks, mate. Sure. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me after you've watched that, but that should show most of it. Griffin or Skyscale with the new Endurance Mastery from the last expansion? Skyscale is what you're going to use most of the time. Position in Q3. They're not letting me in. You said Tangled is bad place, rest of Tyria is fine. I just said this place is kind of a nightmare. There's a lot of bad stuff here. Like, look, here's a flying bug. That's not normal. He's not even flapping his wings. It's a bugged bug, that's right. Alright, what else is going on? Serpent's Ire. Chakarant. Let's see. Let's see if anyone's doing Dragonstone. Oh, now it's ready? Oh my gosh. Tangled Depths. Just teasing me. Converge. We'll see. Got here just in time to fight the wall. The toughest boss in the game. Forgot my hawk's name is Tomahawk. Haven't used the hawk in a while. Not really. It has been a bit.
Open Sesame.
Guide for wall win. Are you live? Always. You too. Slash breakdance. Someone just invited me to a party and I accepted and then they kicked me from the party. What kind of sick power play was that? How about Twitch? No highs for Twitch, only YouTube. Just saw the video, very helpful, but you look weird without the beard. Someone say I look weird with the beard. I thought about shaving it periodically, chat. Like maybe every couple weeks, just shave it all and just go back to the baby face and then just like grow it back out. Give my wife a break from time to time. Chat, she, I've said it before, I'll say it again. She loves the beard at range. She hates it in melee. She is not a fan in melee. Keep the beard or we riot? No, I was just saying, like, just, do like some ebb and flow. What a way to phrase that. Shave just the chin. Shave just the chin. Then I just have like the like this? No, man. What if I shave just like the mustache and the chin? Then I just have like the mutton chops. I shave just my mustache. If I shave just the mustache, then I've got like a chin strap. Hey, I see Guild Wars 2 for the first time. Is it any good to start as a noob right now? Yeah, it's great. Guild Wars 2 has what's called a horizontal progression. They don't, like right now, what I'm doing right now is I'm visiting a piece of content from like 5 or 10 years ago. Like, they don't raise the max level. You know? Like, in World of Warcraft, if you go to the Burning Crusade areas, they're dead. There's almost no one there because they raise the max level and the old stuff becomes trivial. In Guild Wars 2, all the zones are they don't raise the max level after the original game came out. So even the old zones are still being done because they're still max level content. So yeah, you can join in as a noob and stuff is still active. I don't know. If I was going to shave the mustache, I would not want the chin strap thing. I feel like if I was going to shave the mustache, I'd shave the sides and just have like the goatee on the bottom. Seeing you do breakdance, we need a throw money emote. A throw money emote. Hot was what, 2014? So 11 years. Did you by any chance see the video I pinged you in VIP a few days ago? Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? I don't know if I did or not. Hold on, I'm reading DMs. Charmon, I'm looking for it. Let's see, from user Charmon in VIP lounge. Why I switched from WoW to Guild Wars 2. Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I did watch that video. Yeah, it was some other content creator swapped games. Honestly, I'm really impressed by the success of that video.
G'day everyone, welcome.
That video of his has 358,000 views, and his channel has 10k subs. Like, that is an insane amount of views for any video when you've got 10k subs. That roller beetle is filled with McDonald's Sprite. Watch another video that's talking endgame content. His Bone Skinner experience was perfect. He did Bone Skinner. I recently saw a German streamer want to explain the entire Guild Wars 2 story to his viewers, so he reacted to your TLDR of it. Oh no, that's that's like half correct. That's like a lot of stuff that I half remembered with some hearsay and then just me ad-libbing. Oh gosh. What was the name of that video? Oh man, I'm trying to remember what the name of that video was. Guild Wars 2 story. No, I can't find it. Meanwhile, Teapot, why I'm switching to WoW from Guild Wars 2. Yo, Teapot's got like 20,000 hours in this game. He's put more hours into Guild Wars 2 than just about any couple of other players combined. Here it is. What did I name this video? I don't even remember. Guild Wars 2 lore in 5 minutes. Wow, that video has 40k views now. Yeah. Yeah, this is a train wreck. This video was me like ad-libbing and like using a bunch of half-remembered facts that kinda was true. So people should not take that as yes, this is how it happened 100%. Is there a way to stop the infusion visual effect? Yes, unequip it. That's the main thing. Like, the thing is getting an infusion with stats costs money. Getting an infusion with stats and a visual effect costs like 100 times more money. So if you get the ones with the visual effect and you just want the stats, just sell it and buy 20 of the ones with stats. I'm creeping up on 30k hours. But have you also made like 30k videos? My point is, a lot of people will freak out when a content creator like does other things from their main game, but if Teapot wants to swap to WoW, like, that's totally fine. I think the main thing is he's currently trying to find content that's more challenging for him. Like, he likes the really, really tough stuff. I enjoy making guides and like covering the new news and stuff for the game, but when it comes to Guild Wars 2, I've very much beaten the game. Like, I have full legendary, full map cop, I've done the whole story, like all that stuff. Like, I just play it for fun. And, you know, that's why I've been branching out, and I do a lot of other games, too. Like the Guild Wars 1 playthrough. I got the one from the Wizard's Vault pretty free, and I have this ghost effect. It annoys me. Wait, ghost effect from the Wizard's Vault? I know there was the infusion on the Wizard's Vault that was like the little wisp thing. Is that what you mean? Have Rose do entire Guild Wars 2 story explained? Well, he has to finish the story. Rose has only finished the base game so far. That's one thing about Guild Wars 2. If you want to just chill, you can. If you want a hard gameplay, there's those options too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a little different than the average player, because for me, I've also, like, got this massive community that we've cultivated, and a lot of them are Guild Wars 2 players, or were Guild Wars 2 players. So it's like on Tuesdays, whenever I visit Guild Wars 2, it's like a lot of folks show up that I just see on Tuesdays. And then the other days, we just branch out and try different things. Muck, have you heard of the new Expedition 33 game? Yes, I have a copy of it, and I'm going to start it tomorrow morning. So at this time tomorrow, I'll be trying it out, Tokiza. Muck, when the Wizard's Vault started, there was a cosmetic infusion in it. I remember the infusion for the Meteor Spear and the one for the Wisp thing. If there was another one, I guess I forgot. The issue with getting a blank infusion is it really costs fractals, and those are pricey. Now, you can just buy it off the TP. They're tradable. Like, you can buy them from the TP, I'm pretty sure. Laser time! And I see Mesmer Portal, so we're just going to go past that and come back to it. I will say, I don't even have full stat infusions. Like, having full stat infusions costs a crazy amount of money for like a 1% power increase. It's really, really minor. So I've never really worried about it. I don't think the blank infusions can be bought on the TP. Yeah, but aren't the blank infusions bought with like +9 agony infusions, and those are bought on the TP? I'd have to go back to the Fractal lobby to check. I haven't ever purchased one. Have you ever gotten troll portaled to somewhere really funny? No, it's always somewhere horrible. Mesmer's, their sense of humor is like, haha, I dropped you in a volcano. Like, it's not, it's like, Mesmers have the same sense of humor as the people that like come at you at night in a clown costume with a knife, and then like if you try to fight back, then they're like, wait, it was just a prank. It's never really funny.
Hey Muck. You should touch that Mesmer portal. I'm sure it's totally safe. Go on.
All right, hang on.
I know you want to. Adventure awaits. All you have to do is touch it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, so over here's the... Alright, so like these, all of these are tradable. These are bought with tradable items and also tradable items. Yeah. No, wait, I'm sorry. Integrated fractal matrix is not tradable. Okay, so where's that from? /wiki integrated fractal matrix. Obtained from vendors using stabilizing matrix, which is tradable, and fractal relic. Okay, so fractal relic. So you have to do fractals for fractal relics. Everything else involved in getting these is tradable. If this is what you're trying to get, if you're trying to get the stat stuff. Listen, Muck, I will give you 100 gold if you prove me wrong, if you can buy the future off TP. So like for example, the one that gives +5 power is account bound on acquire, but the +9 infusions you buy it with are tradable. The integrated fractal matrix is account bound on acquire, and it's made of 2 items, and one of them is tradable. So it's if you get fractal relics, you could buy everything else and get these. Integrated is the first in that trade window. Yeah, fractal relic right there. That's the issue right there. So if you...
By the power of Bezos and for the glory of Muck, I cast ads be gone.
Thank you, Orknim. Also, World v World stat infusions. I don't know anything about those. Oh, it's because I'm on EU right now. I can't go in there right now. And we're full up again. I don't know what's required to buy the World v World ones. And I can't visit there right this second, or it would screw up my settings on NA. Because I bounce back and forth between them. I have the World v World infusion that I bought, gives like 1% towards guards, NPCs, etc. Let's see. Heart of Thorns, Auric. 203. Great squad. And /IP. Heart of Thorns. Advertise. South 203. There we go. Pretty nice because the +5 stat also works outside of World v World. Yeah. This is the vendor that sells stat infusions for World v World. Let me see. They're purchased with... What is this item? Emblem of the Conqueror. Which is from... where? Capture or defend one... And is that the +5 ones? Hold on, I'm clicking one of these +5 toughness. Oh, these don't have agony resistance. Okay, so this is purely for non-fractal game modes. But it would help in like raids and stuff, I guess, if you want it. Yeah, they don't have agony resistance. So they've got like, for example, +5 toughness and -1% damage from guards, lords, and supervisors. No agony resist on them. So, depends on if that's what you want or not. Muck, don't you have the World v World lounge? I don't think so. Hang on. I have Chamus's... Oh, that's right. Someone sent me one. Yeah, I do have it. I totally forgot. I haven't had it for very long. I didn't need it. I'm happy with Mistlock, but yeah, someone sent me an Armistice Bastion. I just wanted the Ghostly Infusion. Ghostly Infusion... Man, it used to be like 100 gold. What is it now? $70s. As far as infusions go, it's pretty obtainable. You could even stack 6 of them if you get them with different stats to have like a whole bunch of the black flames on you. Not that one? Oh my gosh, you're so picky, Charma. The World v World one that makes you look like an Ascalon ghost. Wait, isn't that a tonic? I don't think that's an infusion. I think that's a tonic. It's the one that you buy from Roy. Search Mist Ball infusion. Google says, did you mean the Mist Walker infusion? Looks like that. Okay, so this is, okay, so yeah, this is different. This is not the one that makes you look like Roy. Alright. 3,000 badges of honor, 5,000 claim tickets, 20 emblems of the Avenger, 2 emblems of the Conqueror. Wow. Or 300 gold on Trading Post. No? Wait, what's the name of it? Hold on. It's called Balls. Balls of Charge. Balls of Charged Mist Essence. 379 gold. Ball, yeah. Charged balls. That's what you need. Wish I could preview it and see what my character would look like. You can sell the container comes in. Yeah, so it's kind of like the Jormag or Primordia's Eye. It's tradable. It can't. There is a tradable version of it. Hi, thank you. Yeah, there is a tradable version of the Jormag and Primordia's Glowing Eyes. Like I've got the one on my engineer. New infusion can't be sold unless they're in a container. Yeah. Someone linked invisible boot box. Logan noises intensify. My wife brought me a sandwich, chat. I was about to say I'll send you a preview, but it doesn't work like that. Nope. You know what is one infusion that I find fun, that is really, really cheap? I gotta remember what it's called. Is it Wooden Toy? No. Toy Shell Infusion. This makes your character look like you're carved out of wood, like your skin. So it like an Asura almost looks like a Pinocchio doll. On a Sylvari, it really doesn't have much effect. Pale Branch Spear is 1,800 gold. Wait, what? What is that? What? What is this? Why is this so expensive? It's not even a legendary. Why is this so expensive? Ultra rare drop from Mists and Monsters. I feel like I've seen it before once. Someone probably linked it to me. I didn't know the value of it, though. That's wild. Mug back in my day, infusions were 35 copper. No, they've gone down. For example, when I first got a Liquid Aurelium infusion, that's the one super ultra rare drop I've ever gotten. It was worth 2,000 gold. Actually, well, okay, some of them are up there still. But it was a few years ago I got it, and it was worth 2k gold, and I traded it straight up for the Underwater Leggy Spear at that time. But those have gone down in value as well because of the Wizard's Vault thingies. Yeah, so I guess it's pretty close though. It was this. Why did you get a spear? Because at the time, it was the only legendary that was tradable that I didn't have that my ranger could equip. I'm wearing Toy Shell in front of you. Those are some very soulless eyes you have there.
We have protected Tarir for over
Oh, it's time!
It will not fall this day.
What the heck? I tried to mount my sky scale, I slammed into the ceiling. Alright, that's done. Now frogs.
Here's another. Make it count.
Alright. Frog's down. Worst part's done. I didn't bring any Peesh abilities, so I'm waiting on them to Peesh.
Here's another. Make it count.
How does infusion flipping work for the newbies? When you say flipping, I assume you mean buy stuff off the TP and then sell it for more on the TP. And that works the same with any item in the game. It's just you gotta find items that you think are gonna go up in value. That requires a certain feel for, like, the ebb and flow of the economy that I do not have. Guild Wars 2 stonks, yep. I don't know if we can one burn this or not. That thing blowing up behind us really messed us up. Everybody lost all their boons. Picnic! Easy. First try. Didn't doubt it for a minute. But yeah, there's quite a few people in, like, overflow trading community that'll be like, they have graphs and charts and stuff, and they'll be like, oh, ecto prices have gone up by a silver since yesterday. That's the first time that they've been going up in weeks, so they're probably on the upward trend. I'm gonna buy 5,000 ectos and then sell them tomorrow. And they'll make money. And it's just... Or they'll be like, oh, today's a good day to buy 3 billion linen and turn it into bolts of linen cloth or whatever. Dude, there was so much going on there, I could not see the ground. Like, who's making all this fire? Catalyst? Get out of here, Catalyst. I don't want you here. You're making it harder to see the ground. Only 5,000, you're underestimating the wealth. Ah, I was just making up numbers, for example. Says the Untamed with snot bubbles. Yeah, but it's the staff Untamed that covers the ground and you can't see it. I'm not that. Like, that is kind of annoying, but I can still see deadly circles on the ground. Don't get me wrong, I'd get rid of the snot fields if I could. Spear Kata is the peak of screen clutter. Yeah, fortunately most of us don't have to see that, it's just you. It's like you're playing the most dangerous game. Can I stay alive while being unable to see? How's the hawk? I haven't really tried it in any serious content yet. But it's fine so far. Fine so far. I love that Auric Basin, you can do the meta as many times a day as you want. What? I was going that way, and then I used my dash, and I went the other way. That's some baloney. $5,000 ectos is 1.5k gold. Guild MM considers that poor money. I don't doubt it. Hey, we got the wooden potatoes item. For any young bloods in the chat, this item right here is a reference to wooden potatoes. The biggest Guild Wars 2 content creator ever. That was what his YouTube logo used to look like. And they made that in the game as a reference to him. I finally have above 1.5k gold. Congrats, Charmon. In Guild MM's eyes, you've moved from broke to poor. You're in a whole new tax bracket now. Cries and destitute. Is destitute above or below broke? Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Hold on. I just started looking at map chat. Someone said, I got an Auric crown. Mukluk gave me luck. And someone said, that's 9 silver. And he goes, I'm 9 silver rich. Vote Mukluk. He's going to drain the snot fields. Who is Muck? YouTuber. Oh, a YouTuber. Hi, chat. Hi, Mom. I'm famous now. I'll tell your mom you said hi, Aaron. Okay. Oh.
This looks tasty.
Alright. You know his mom? Let's not talk about that. Let's see. Now, usually I go Deathbringer and Shatter after this, but I already did that today. So, cannot do that again. Dragonstorm? I haven't done a public Dragonstorm in ages. I usually just make my own. Let's go take a look. You can't open that inventory without a warning. Dude, shut up! Look! Look! There's so much space still in here. I could fit your opinion in this bag. It's fine. Totally fine.
Speak.
Probably. Might even fit two opinions. Maybe. Muck, send me a couple of bags. You need some bags, Lady Asta? What size bags do you need? Yeah? What's your in-game name? Put it in the chat. Vampira.1946. Alright.
Threat exterminated.
Okay, sent you a mail. Thanks, you're welcome.
So, this is Pat Justice?
Let him leave. We can't get distracted.
That didn't go to plan.
He'll be back. His pride won't let him stay away.
Gotta struggle, thank you. You're welcome.
Wonder where he gets that from. In the meantime,
I'll tell you this, if you don't already know it. Bags in this game go up to 32 slots. However, they're tradable up until 20 slots. But the price goes up dramatically the more slots per bag. So it's cheapest if you get like full 8 slot bags, then full 10 slot bags, then full 12 slot. Basically just keep upgrading the worst bag you have to the next level, and that's like the cheapest way of doing it. Isn't there a command for bags? Exclamation bags. I used your guide to get the Boreal Trunk over the weekend. Nah, dude, I'm still to this day. Look at this. All of these blues are Boreal Trunks. Although it is expensive to get, it is still the cheapest 32 slot bag that you can get, you know, like spam in the game. Muck, your bag video is the best intro. Dude, we made that into a YouTube short. Is it bag? Yeah, this is it. When the newbie asks how to get bigger bags. Hang on.
Oh, these. My baggies. My...
Hold on. Jormag doesn't understand this is important.
Massive mucking satchels. My super stuffed pouches. My honker bonker baggy waggies. My canvas stretching loot containing gravity welling loot bags. You mean these super duper ultra hyper goddamn 32 slot mucking bags? Oh, the...
I like to imagine all of the people that have no idea what this game is, and they
My
just stumble
baggies.
across this YouTube short, and it's just this goblin-like creature just like being all sultry about bags. And it's just like, what is this? Mike, why do you do Octovine more frequently than other metas? Because Octovine gives you the rewards every time you do it. Other metas give you the rewards once per day. And it pays really well. I want legendary bacon. Me too. What's the veer that shows Lear holding Ecto's shaking? I think that was either the legendary armor, the obsidian armor video, or the suffused obsidian armor video. Excuse me. Sorry.
Same time. One is not enough. We've got to bring Ryland and Bram down together.
Goes untie. Sorry, my German came through. It's alright. You used my entire German vocabulary there, so I understood. Hey, we res. Wow, Ritlock with skills. He knocked this guy out of my res. I said, hey, we res, and he goes, no, you don't, and he slapped him away. Muck is not always moaning while rezzing. Those are reserved for the big rezzes. That's like when you res 10, 20 people with a single click. Not in the mornings? I can moan in the mornings if I want to. Oh! But that's me faking it. You know? Like, there's not really anything to moan about right now. I'm phoning it in. Save that for the big rezzes. There's whole compilation videos of me doing lots of resin. If you need more of the O's.
Now. The champions are hanging on to dragons
You're
by
moaning
a
it
thread.
in? Wow.
The dragons are vulnerable. This is it.
Yes, is it? Noxxi has them all in a file. I mean, that's better than that one folder that she just has like me breathing in it. I hate that folder. That's a weird folder. It's a good folder. It's not.
Elder dragons. This might take a couple rounds. Stay strong.
Ice and fire forces are desperate. We can't let them get a foothold on the ley line.
Mortis and Jorma have reached equilibrium on the power meter. We're close.
Alright, north siphons are done. None of the south ones are done. Did anybody go south? Ah!
Mukluk bobble, mukluk bobble, mukluk bobble, mukluk dancing, mukluk eats.
Mukluk eats. Hey, bro, Andres, thank you for the prime. That's a huge help. Appreciate that very much. Mukluk Eats sounds like a food delivery service. The thing is most people think of Mukluks as the shoes. So Mukluk Eats just sounds like, you know, when people are starving, they have to like boil leather and eat their shoes to survive. Mukluk Eats, when you're about to die, it'll do. We killed Bram too fast.
I feel it, champion.
Luckily, this is not a maxed out instance, or they would have scaled higher and they would have been stronger.
Closer, Commander. Attack now. Sever their bond to the dragon.
I literally killed Ryland, and I was not paying attention to Bram's health at all. Imagine a food delivery service which only brings you cup ramen. So like that would be 30 cents for the cup and $5 for delivery.
Stay focused. One last push. For Bram. For all of us.
Yo, I am lagging. I'm having to hit these buttons so many times.
Champion, help me! There's too much. There's power.
It's so wild.
It's so wild. Get to the prisms.
I'm coming. Hold on, Aurene.
My character's shorter than the grass.
Champion, I'm pulling you back.
That's such an odd line. It's a wild line. Sweet home Alabama. Ba-da-na-na-na-na. Thank you.
It's done, champion.
It's Janthier Wild. That would actually be kind of funny if Aurene went to Janthier for some reason, and her first thing, she's like, "It's Janthier Wilds." That would be a stupid combination of references. Scripter Gaming with the Prime sub. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that as well. Did not hear that one during the fight. The best part is it's Jormak that strikes the final blow. Yep. Alright. That one's done. Let's see. What do we got? She knows what would happen. She ended herself to save Ryland. No, I do not think that Jormag voluntarily suicided to save Ryland. And plus, Ryland dies like 5 seconds later. No, I don't. I think it was just Aurene's magic made them like, you know, lose control and charge at each other. Like, the whole thing with Jormag is Jormag knew that Primordus was the only thing that could kill her. Primordus, though, was just pure instinct. Primordus was just rage. He didn't know that Jormag was the only thing that could kill him. So Jormag was like, of course I'm not going to go anywhere near my brother. It's literally my only weakness. And the reason that Jormag, the deceiver, the planner, the whisperer, did finally do that is because Aurene did magic stuff. Jormag is female. I think technically Jormag has no gender. I think that is actually in the lore somewhere, but I can't remember where. I'm pretty sure that they're twins, and Primordus is considered male, and I think Jormag is considered genderless. But the voice actor for Jormag is, I forget her name. She's the same lady who played the Jedi teacher in the Jedi Souls-like games. So I often think of Jormag as female because it's her voice. What is that? Hold on a sec. It's gonna drive me crazy. Voice actor. Deborah Wilson. Here we go. Her. So if I search Deborah Wilson voice actor, hold on, just you know how Google can be. Just do it over here, just in case. You'll probably recognize her from quite a few games. This was the other game I saw her in, as she was in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, so she is the voice of Jormag. So because it's her voice, I often think, or I might say she with Jormag without really thinking about it. But yeah, in the lore, Jormag is the big old icy dragon. No bits. Let's see. Crimson says, this is probably a copy-paste from the wiki, looking at it. Unlike Suwon or Glint and her children, Jormag does not identify with any gender, preferring to allow their victims to perceive them in whatever manner will seduce them to Jormag's side. Consequently, the sons of Svanir, suspicious travelers, and some individuals such as Skald Stjarna and Honor's Claw have been known to refer to Jormag using he or it pronouns, while certain researchers, members of Dragon's Watch Arena, and spirits of the wild address the elder dragon with the pronoun blank. You had that cut off perfectly, Crimson. The cliffhanger with the pronoun and out of space. Will you do some PvP? Not at the moment. No, not really in the mood to do that. It's just so bursty right now. Yeah, I think what was my rank? I let it decay, so I was like gold 3. It's decayed quite a bit, but I was gold 3. Twitch limit. Yeah, paste the rest of it, Crimson.
What ails this world?
Will you dab? Sure. There you go. The last word was them. Okay. Alright. What else we got? I got about a half hour left, friends. So any questions, welcome. Otherwise, just running around and banging things with my hammer. IRL stuff has been dealt with. Blue, did you make all those glow-in-the-dark cardigans? Was that a purple char I saw for a sec? Probably. New JoJo pose? No, that's the heroic pose. That's a achievement reward. That is different from the JoJo poses. What was it? It was pose/pose cover. Slash pose high. Slash pose low. This guy's like, wait, what are you doing? I'm like, just posing.
Would anyone like to guess the name?
I'm like that insufferable person at the gym in front of the mirror. It appears today I'll be adventuring with a bear. The glow-in-the-dark cardigans walk, shake my head, my dang head. Shake my head, my dang head, get the name right. Isn't that what I said? I don't remember what I said anymore. That was weeks ago. I don't know. I didn't see it was covering for the last word. I chuckled about myself from the past who pasted in the chat. Yeah, because like Crimson, you cut off the last crucial word. I'm like, what is it? You're like, it's from the wiki. And I'm like, what is it? You're like, at Charmon, Bobble. And I'm like, what was the last word? You're like, Twitch limit. I'm like, what was the freaking word? You're like, and his name is... And then I'm just like, what is it? Wouldn't you like to know? I did want to know, yeah. I did indeed want to know.
I've called to order this meeting of
Oh, she's got the meteor spear. I made a guide for that.
Our current pirate crisis.
As if breaching our borders wasn't enough. Now they're looting our homes. The nerve.
I just called Jormag mommy.
Livelihood
All this discussion on if Jormag is he or she or they, and someone's like, I just call him mommy.
How will he go on? I followed one of those pirates to see where they're stashing the loot, but by the time I caught up, it was all gone.
Just where are those leeches smuggling our property?
That reminds me, there was a YouTube short from Pirate Software I saw the other day. And it was someone did a text-to-speech on his channel, and it said something along the lines of, what you might already be aware of is that the human body is 70% water. What you might not be aware of is Daddy's thirsty. And he was like, like he looked like he'd been struck. Like he recoiled backward in his chair. He looked like he'd been slapped. Feel free to use that on any streamers of TTS and get a reaction out of them. Monk, have you ever done the Aspenwood meta? I think I've done all the metas at least once. But it's been a bit. Saber says, in your opinion, what's the easiest tune to do map comp with? Just finished 6th Gen 1 Legendary, need more completion for 2. Probably Thief, because just insanely high mobility with the short bow teleport spam. And like Charmon said, you can stealth past some annoying stuff. I will say if you're doing multiple Gifts of Exploration and you're kind of tired of doing it, super recommend the pathing module in Blishud, which just draws a dotted line through the whole world, and you just follow the line and you'll get everything done. And it lets you kind of stop focusing on the game so much, and you could like watch a movie on your other monitor if you have a setup for that, things like that.
Monsoon, I take it you'll handle things over your way.
Haju Shore will be safe under my watch.
I like Scrappers. Scrappers would have super speed, and they do have stealth gyro.
They lead us to where they're stashing our stuff.
Much like grub extraction. You're not finished until you remove the nest.
Exactly. Everyone, let's move.
It's time. Thief has access to most brain dead high damage build. We talking pistol spam unload, also known as PP unload.
These menaces think they can take.
Why did I just get launched in the air?
We'll teach them.
Could argue that rifle mech is also pretty easy. Oh, sure. I don't think anyone was arguing it. There's a few builds in the game that are super easy. PP unload, Guardian hammer spam, but that's melee, whereas the pistol is range, so you know that has certain perks. I was about to say you better use the build's preferred name. Well, I start off with its legal name so that everybody understands, because there's always someone here who doesn't know the history. And if I just say unload PP, then they're just gonna be like, Twitch, report this man. He's unloaded peepees. You can't just go talk about peepees. You can't do that. And I'm like, no, it's okay. We're talking about guns and shooting people. Then they're like, oh, okay, that's fine. America. Snooker overhauled a lot of build pages. Yup.
Every night, he's earned what he has. I'm sure even you would understand the value of hard work. Scrape my sprockets. There's more of them.
They added the much requested skill number for the class tutorials. Oh shoot, did they really? Hang on a second. They didn't for the build pages though. Like here's how to play Quick Untamed Ranger. Thump, Relentless Whirl, Unleash Shockwave, Toy, Wild Swing. I still have to look all these up and see what number they are on the bar. So I guess that still is not everywhere. You got me excited, and then I was like, oh, they haven't done it yet in the areas which actually affect me, and then I got sad. It's on Power Alakmech Willbender. Power Alakmech Willbender? Dang, I want to play that.
Another month, another message. Mukluk Dansin love the Mukluk content.
Hey, Beyond Hope, thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome.
Indolent parasites. Stop this at once.
Now, if you do have a mech Willbender, is the mech zooming around making the airplane noises, or is the player?
Tick tock.
Still feel slightly bad for the Ether Blades, what they had to go through and all the implied trauma they all have because of it. Yeah, that's honestly, I think that's a good bit of storytelling. Let me see what I can remember, and you can tell me if I'm wrong on anything. So the Ether Blades were kind of trapped in like fractals, right? And while they were in there to survive, they essentially would like if they needed spare parts for their ship, they would go into another fractal that basically had them in it, and they would kill the other versions of themselves. And then they would like take whatever they needed. So like over time, their sense of morality got eroded down because they had effectively killed copies of themselves over and over and over and over and over. Which I think, what was her name? Anka talked about that quite a bit before, like when she was a main character. And so it's like, to the outside world, they're just like thieves, they show up, they steal stuff, and obviously that's unacceptable too. But at the same time, it's like when you see what they went through, it's like, holy crap, these guys need like 10 therapists each.
We shall disarm those cannons at once. Ah! I'm fine. Everything's perfectly
That would make for a great TV show, them going around killing their own copies. That was basically the movie The One. There was a guy who learned how to hop to essentially different dimensions, like parallel Earths. And there was a version of him, you know, there's a version of him in every one of them. And he found that by killing them, all the others get stronger. And, you know, of course, the others are getting stronger too. So by the end, it's like, you know, Superman versus Superman kind of thing. Jet Li. Yeah. I remember I saw someone reference that on like a Twitter post one day, and someone's like, "Oh, what movie are you talking about?" And he goes, "The one with Jet Li." And they're like, "Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?" And he goes, "No, it's literally called The One, and it's with Jet Li." And they're like, "Oh."
Talk.
All I saw was Jet Li fighting Jet Li. Yeah. Am I gaslighting myself? I'm sure I saw numbers. There we go. Dragon Hunter has numbers. So maybe Sand, they're like doing it for everything, but it's going to take time to go through the website and get them all or something.
Is it over? I've had gunk stuck in my gears before, but that's nothing by comparison.
Oh, that's right. We got this thing over here. Probably like one.
What do we have here?
Oh no! Stonebreak.
I have had it with these undue surprises. Initiating raid.
I was animation locked, and then I saw that circle. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to hit the dodge button in time. That's why I was like, no.
You gonna cry? Run home to your master. Snobby bot. Bet you're not even programmed for labor. You're pampered.
You pampered robot. Sorry. You know, as a kid, whenever I would sneeze, I could completely hold it in, chat. I could just be like that, and it like make no audible sound. Meanwhile, my dad was the kind of guy that like, if you were in church and he sneezed, the entire church knew. You know, like it reverberated off the walls. And I used to be like, oh my gosh, my dad sneezes. It's so embarrassing when he sneezes. And like, as I got older, I like lost the ability to stifle it. And it like gained volume. And I'm like, no, it's hereditary. And now it's just like, bleh, and I forget, there's no breaks anymore. I want to stop it, but I can't. Bless you, thank you. If you rub the bridge of your nose when you feel it coming on, you can cancel it out. Sometimes. Also, like, pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth sometimes works, too. Not always, though. Excuse me. I just got a few minutes left in the stream, then I'm gonna go blew it. That happens when you have a kid, the protective mechanism. I get it. No, it's when you have a kid, then your body's like, we need to embarrass this child as much as possible. How do you do, fellow kids?
Are we pogging hard or hardly risen? Skibbity Ohio. Kids playing Minecraft. Oh, are you playing Internet Legos? I saw a thing online once. This guy who was he was apparently like a teacher, and he's like, my class talks too much, and so the other day I tried to just lean into being cringe, and he went into the chat, and he was like, "Good morning, my little pog champs." And he's like, "Have you ever seen 30 teens suddenly trigger their fight or flight response?" I was just like, it worked though. He's got that Omega Giga chat riz. Yep. As a Gen Z, I'm skibbity unrizzed chat. 38 seconds till the door opens. Like, when are you do an I tried video for all new Ellie builds? God. The thing is, I know a video like that would do well. I also really don't want to play Ellie again. I have been sprouting Minecraft movie references to CC the kids. Regularly encounter lava chicken shuts them down with 600 break bar damage. I haven't seen the Minecraft movie. The main thing I know is that there's a scene where Jack Black yells chicken jockey and a bunch of people trash the theater. I don't really know why that is the code word that wakes up the sleeper agents, but I know it happened.
Drat, the entrance appears to be sealed via keycard access.
I'm sorry, what?
Swiped it from their officer. Seemed useful.
Go on soon. If the bureaucrats I work with had half the sense you do.
They wouldn't be bureaucrats.
Well, that was rather sharp, Kwansoon. Shall we?
I just enjoyed this conversation.
Better be on guard. If it's one of their leaders, who knows what they'll pull.
I am the size of this char's foot. That is a big char. It's kind of funny, because, like, when they make this fight, they were like, man, when this guy's normal size, you can't even see him with how many people are here. You think anyone would notice if we made him 30 feet tall? I don't think they would. It's probably fine.
You snitches take yourselves too seriously. Should consider yanking those sticks out of your butts.
What are those things? Drones?
Gyros. We'll get nowhere with those shielding him. Aim for them first. I've been meaning to do some target practice.
When life doesn't give you what you need, you just gotta take it for yourself.
Clearly he just ate everyone's veggies on the ship, that's why the other ether blade are so small.
Of course it's not fair. It doesn't give you carte blanche to make it harder for other people.
That's what he's been stealing from all these peasants that he's in trouble for right now is their veggies.
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield. Gyros. We'll get nowhere with those shielding him. Aim for them first.
I would be angry too if he took my purple tomatoes. It takes a lot of effort to keep bugs off them. You just need a pet spider named Steve that hangs out near the tomatoes.
If we break those gyros, that should break his shield as well.
I'll strike him for a second there.
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield.
I'm just gonna do an AoE res here. That'll hit 5 to 10 people.
It's no use. We cannot hurt him unless we break that charge of his.
GG!
Keep your
Nice.
thieving booty out of here! Now, in accordance with Legal Code 7, Section 14, I'll coordinate returning these items to their owners.
I, for one, am going to celebrate with a good recharge and
Nice.
relaxing polish.
GG.
I'll begin repairs.
Gotta show our approval
Sooner my
for the
village will
run.
be back to normal.
Say Guan soon.
Let's see. Catching up on everything. Blue says you shouldn't try to suppress sneezes like that. You can pop a blood vessel in your brain. Well, no, I literally can't anymore. I feel like I have no control over it. As a kid, my parents constantly told me, like, stop holding it in, let him out. I'm like, I don't want to sneeze. And I literally, because I specifically remember all the way up to college, I could be like in a seminar and just be like, and it was just like anyone that wasn't right next to me couldn't even tell. And then my body was like, you know what? We're going to evolve a new ability. It's called deafening sneeze. I'm like, no. Why? This is dumb. And now there's no breaks.
I'm sorry. This floor is only accessible to residents of the GW2.
Sneezing in a motorcycle helmet is the worst. Oh, God. I'm sorry, the middle image of that. Yeah, that sounds awful. Yeah, that sounds absolutely awful. I mean, sneezing when you're driving at all sucks because, you know, you involuntarily close your eyes. So you usually like slow down and you're like trying to like open an eye as quickly as possible again so you can see the road. In a helmet, that sounds terrible. It's completely ruined rides for me. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Dude, there was one time, there was this one guy when I was in tech support that drove a motorcycle to work every day. And there was one time we were leaving, it was pouring down rain. And I saw him at the red light. And he was on his bike, and he had like a leather coat and all on, and he's on his bike. It's pouring rain, right? It's like sheets of water. And I am seeing it just go down his collar, and it is like funneling out his pant legs. And I'm just like, I am never gonna ride a motorcycle. Like, that man is just having a freezing cold shower the whole way home. Like, that looks so miserable. Like, he's gonna have hypothermia if he's got a long drive. Like, oh my gosh. Like, why do people, when they have a midlife crisis, they want that? That's a rough time, but thankfully not common. Yeah. Check the weather. Oh, maybe at least have a motorcycle and a car, and then just don't take the bike when it's gonna rain. Alright. Let's go, Miss Lock. It's about time to wrap it up, chat. It's almost that time. It's been a fun morning so far. Alright. Hi, Makai Chat. Hi, Zero! What's tonight? Later tonight, I'm going to be playing Guild Wars 2 for a couple hours on the NA servers. We're going to do the weekly giveaway, where I'm going to get 10 things out of the giveaway vault, and give them out to people. And then we have a sponsor stream from Sins of a Solar Empire, which is a game that's kind of like a spacecraft RTS, like you're moving ships and stuff. And after a 2-hour sponsored stream for them, I'll be giving away $100 worth of gift cards to you guys. So anyone who is here this evening will have a shot at that money if you're here. When is Expedition 33? Tomorrow morning, and then morning streams from then on, other than Tuesdays. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, morning streams. And then tomorrow night, we'll possibly be finishing Guild Wars 1 Prophecies, and then going back into the Oblivion Remastered playthrough. Also, I think it's a good time for a shameless plug. Chat, have you all heard that we have a plushie? So my foot's totally stuck in there, right? I'm freaking out, the dog's having a seizure, and I've still got half a pie left.
Father, I have had enough. I crave the third dimension.
What? No. You are fine where you are. You're safe, and I don't have to worry about what you're getting into.
You leave me no choice. I will begin reading the names of all files contained within the folder, 1995 tax returns, out loud.
Whoa! No, don't do that. You've made your point. Straight for the jugular. Who taught you this? Fellas?
Perfection.
Okay, now you've got what you wanted. Go find some place to sit and... Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The Azuran High Council has authorized 1,000 units to be brought into this world. You will now provide living quarters.
No! Mukluk Asura plushie now available. Link in the description below. Worldwide shipping supported, but supplies are limited. We have permission from Big Brother to find 1,000 Asura homes before we have to fear for our kneecaps. If that changes, I'll let you know. Get 1 or 10 now while supplies last. FOMO. Here's a picture of the little guy next to a knife for scale.
And let me see what you have! No!
Click the link.
And there it is. And if you're interested in getting one of these little bad dudes, I'm putting the link in the chat. We have currently sold a mind-boggling 694 of these. There is a limited time. I think we got like 2 more weeks. If you wish to get one or more than one or 100, whatever, you can. There's a link to that in the chat if you want one. And there's a bunch of pictures there if you want to see him from all the angles. That's him right there. We need to click these links in all other videos from now on. There's a shameless plug for the plushie. Now with that, chat, thank you guys so much for being here this morning. I hope you guys had fun today. A few plugs on the way out. As I said, I'll be back later this evening for the evening stream where we have got 2 giveaways. We've got the weekly one and a $100 in gift cards giveaway. Hit the follow button on Twitch. Subscribe to the YouTubes if you haven't already. There's links to both of them in the chat. And a very special thank you to our dear patrons. They keep my channel alive with their support. Literally could not do this without their help. And there's a link to that in the chat if you want to be a supporter. With that, I will try to support the Guild Wars 2 category by raiding somebody else. Let's see. Maybe refund. Oh, yeah. I'll refund the redeem. I didn't see it in time. Let's see. Who is there literally anyone playing Guild Wars 2 right now that I know? I don't think so. I don't think I know none of these people. Chat, it might be time to raid somebody new. It might be time to raid someone new. Let's see. Who's this? Shabby? Shabby. Alright, chat. I don't know this person. I'm gonna raid Shabby.
That's bad and bad.
Who is currently doing fractals in Guild Wars 2. We'll see what they're like. If you like them, hit follow. If don't, run away. But be nice. Be nice. I'll see you guys over there. If you're on the Twitch side, if you're on the YouTube side, you guys take care. I will be back tonight. Have a good day.